And we are live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, everyone across every planet. Welcome to the Fantasmagorium show. On today's show, Black Widow apparently made money.
Crushing it.
Greta Gerwig is totes doing a Ken movie.
Well,
And the Tomorrow War gets a stupid sequel.
Or gets a sequel, depending on your view of the first movie, correct?
Well, the first movie was stupid. How are you, Steve?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. We also have in the house today, Turjay, to join us for our Friday free-for-all. Thanks for hopping aboard, sir.
Thank you. Always nice to be here. It's fun. It's becoming a fun Friday tradition.
Yes, definitely. And hopefully we can get Phil and some other people to come on here in the future. Kind of make this more of a free-for-all party. But this is a kind of a short, kind of mixed up, weird week, for us here in the States. So, that kind of happened. We don't have not a ton of movie news. I did pull up, like Scotty said off of the top, I pulled a couple of news items, got a couple of trailers that we'll show, and then we'll just talk about whatever the hell we feel like talking about on Friday Free for All. But before we get to all that, we always like to ask you guys to please subscribe, share, like, do all that stuff, comment if you will. Subscriptions are great. We always say this. But your comments, your likes, and your shares, that interaction actually helps us grow the channel. Also, if you'd like to send us a tip with your comment or question, we'd love you to do so at www.streamelements.com/phantasmagoriumshow/tip. You can also visit our website where you'll find our shows and access to our audio-only podcasts. Please visit www.phantasmagoriumshow.com. All right, Scotty, let's dive right in. What do you say?
Well, first things first.
Okay.
Black Widow?
Yes.
Is one of the most successful movies of the year, which makes me feel like Black Widow is the valedictorian in summer school.
Kind of.
So, Black Widow made money. Huzzah,
it did.
I suppose.
So the box office for Thursday previews, they set the new post-pandemic record, 13.2 million for Black Widow. I have not seen Black Widow yet, but I plan to over the weekend. So from what I've heard, people are liking the movie. But not only that, the MCU's back, And I thought most of us thought it would be at least.
No, I wish to interrupt. At least
making money at the box office.
The MCU is not, I don't think that Black Widow is a signifier that the MCU is back, because I don't know if you saw WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Loki, or if you're in the midst. And so these are the continuations of the MCU. As far as I'm concerned, I do not care about. I don't care about. What's her name?
Black Widow.
Natasha That's her.
Romanoff?
I don't care. I don't care. She dead. She dead.
She did, but before she died, she actually had other adventures that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, but I don't care.
I know, I get it.
Because there are no stakes. There are no stakes about her adventures.
Well,
you do have a point, Scott. You do have a point. We've already seen her die, so how exciting is it going to be watching her alive?
And that's the big question, right?
I get it. I'm still going to watch the movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I do feel there's something odd about making her solo movie pre-death. It's a strange prioritizing. That movie should have been made in the MCU while she was still alive, so you didn't really feel bad about the fact that anything she does in the movie is pointless because you know she's still dead.
F you, Ike Perlmutter.
Right? Okay, well, getting back to the news. Well, we can talk about it a little more, but let me just run down. This is what Variety said. Black Widow marks the return of Marvel movies to cinemas after a long and arduous COVID era absence. There's clearly been a lot of pent up demand for all things MCU. The film grossed a mighty $13.2 million on Thursday previews and is widely expected to dominate weekend ticket sales. Black Widow is projected to bring in $80 million when it opens at North American box office, besting the $70 million bow out of Universal's F9 movie, Fast and Furious 9, to set a high water mark for film release during the pandemic, or just post-pandemic. So the previews look strong. It looks like it's going to be an $80 million weekend from what we can project right now. So even though every point you just brought up was valid, Scotty, I still think that people are really excited to see this movie.
I would rather see Fast 9 than Black Widow.
No way. Cars in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, that's what's great about film. It's the subjectivity of it, and we all have our own,
the two movies have something in common. Fast 9 and Black Widow. They're both about family.
They are both about family. I would love for everybody to see the movie, meaning the three of us, and then have a discussion about its worthiness or not. The problem is because of what you kind of laid out already, Scotty. I don't think you're even excited to see the film in the first place.
I'm not. I have no interest in seeing Black Widow.
Oh, okay. I mean, I get it. What about you, Sergey? Are you going to see Black Widow?
I'm going to see it. I might actually see it already tomorrow because I have a friend coming over. I have a good friend, a Norwegian guy. He makes a webcomic. So I'm going to use this space to plug his webcomic. It's called Optipes. It's the combination of words optimism and pessimism. Mm-hmm. And you can find him on optipes.com. And he makes a really cool webcomic with, he does a lot of Cthulhu stuff, a lot of gaming, a lot of pop culture references. It's a really cool webcomic. And he's coming to visit tomorrow. And we might just pool our money and buy access on Disney Plus.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I get it.
So you don't even have the interest in Black Widow to experience it within a theater?
I have a theater in my house, almost.
Incorrect.
No, I know. I have a home theater.
Yeah.
But still.
So do I. But I wouldn't necessarily say that I have. I do not have the way that filmmakers would like to present their films. Right. In my home. I do not have that. And I would assume that when I go to a theater or a cinema, that is when I get to see the way that a movie is presented at me or for me.
The way the filmmaker intended you to see it.
Yes.
Nothing beats a cinema any day of the week. Going to a cinema is the total experience, but when you have a 75-inch screen, a 4K screen, and you have a Dolby Atmos speaker system like I do, it's pretty close.
And as badass as that might be, it still doesn't hold a candle to being in a theater with the sound.
No.
Well, based on the description that you've given us,
pretty badass.
I would say at the very least, it holds a candle.
Maybe.
It's a match, pretty much. A match, not a candle.
It's equivalent. It may not be superior or equal, but it is on the same.
I feel like Scotty's in contrarian mode today. Like everything I say, he's going to say the exact opposite or try to. It just feels like one of those days, which is cool. It makes the show better.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Do you want what are we having, Scott? It sounded good.
Oh no, it's COVID.
Oh,
no, absolutely.
Mhm.
It is a cappuccino COVID. It is cold pressed. It is Colombian. It is an alpha beta gamma variant, and it has been slowly pressed with steamed milk and alcohol and THC, and it's been poured into a flagon, and I'm drinking it. And you're not my real mom, so whatevs.
I just play one on the internet. Do you want to run through some of these comments real quick, Scott? And then we'll get back to some other news.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. Hang on a second, I gotta click a thing. Oh, Gundle Wintle. Gundle Wintelbaum, I am so happy that you are here, sir. Hello. I read that the first 4 Star Trek films are coming out in 4K. Thank you, Gundle. Yes, they are. Gundle also continues and saying, bring back Green Lantern 2011. And I'm fine with that. Actually, I'm not fine with that.
No, and I think what we talked about on the show the other day, or the end of last week, I think it was, with the new Green Lantern Corps thing coming to HBO. I'm actually excited about that. It actually looks or sounds like it's going to be good.
I want a Green Lantern show. I don't care. I want Green Lantern to be awesome, and I want the rest of the world to know that Green Lantern is awesome, because Green Lantern is awesome.
Yeah.
And then Gundle Wintelbaum concludes, or at least in this particular iteration, he says, "We know James Bond won't die.
Yeah,
we love watching those flicks. Excitement doesn't mean the probability of death." Well, no, I do think that there are stakes when it comes to excitement and adventure. I would like my hero to survive stakes.
Now there could be a way to put stakes in to where the stakes aren't death though, and maybe not death for her, but maybe death for the family around her, which heightens the stakes for everybody, right?
That's true, and I have to say I both agree and disagree with Gundle's comment, because I know James Bond isn't going to die, but still it's an exciting movie.
Sure,
but it's kind of different when if you've already seen James Bond die. I think it would kind of hinder my experience of seeing his younger adventures if I knew he was still dead. But that being said, I'm totally into watching Black Widow. I'm probably gonna enjoy it. She's a good character, and I think also there's a lot of other great characters in that movie besides her. So I'm totally up with.
No, I don't see any good characters in the Black Widow movie.
What's it called? The red guy, Red
Guardian.
Yeah,
Red Guardian.
No.
So I heard that he's like the heart of the film. Which
I bet.
Sounds cool. I
believe so.
I have no interest. I don't care about Black Widow. I don't care.
I mean, it's becoming extremely clear that you have zero interest in this movie, and that's fine.
Well,
that's big deal.
Then I will shut my pie hole.
No, dude, it's fine. I mean, it is what it is. You don't care about Black Widow. And it's a shame because from what I'm hearing, it sounds like the movie's really good.
Well, but this is also this is in terms of moving forward from Endgame. I don't care about Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, I haven't
everything post Endgame. I have no interest in, and they have done nothing to make me interested in it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's an interesting point. Like, why would you start this new phase right after Endgame with a throwback movie? I mean, I don't know that was really part of the plan, and I think it's kind of how it turned out. But
prequels are for suckers.
Well, maybe.
Except for the prequels.
Todd Michael chimes in and says, I needs me some Alan Scott. No space cops. That's all.
I like the space cops.
I think it's going to be space cops. I think it's a buddy cop show. I think, but we'll see. You know, but they do call. I think it's going to be called like the Green Lantern Corps. But I don't have, we don't know for sure. But I think that's what they're doing. But what they say was Alan Scott and what did you say? Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah. Guy Gardner. I think it was Guy Gardner and Alan Scott. I think are teaming up, but I don't know. We'll have it. I could have that completely wrong right now. But the show, the way we got the show description, which wasn't a real synopsis or anything, just kind of rumblings. When Scotty and I ran it down, I think on Thursday of last week.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. It sounded good to us, and we were like, "Yeah, this is we're in for it." Hopefully, it's. But I do think unfortunately, I think we're getting space cops.
I want to see it anyway. I think the Green Lantern Corps and the characters have always been very interesting, and even though the Ryan Reynolds movie was a real letdown, the character has always been good in the animated Batman shows and Justice League. So totally up for it.
Yeah, me too. I think it's good. What's going on? Grundle says, I don't care to go to the movie theater ever again. I don't see the value. 75-inch screen is better. The Norwegian knows what's up. Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
Gundle knows what's up.
There's the setup.
You're not alone. There are plenty of people that would just rather skip the theater going experience and watch everything at home. And I think now that we have more of these day and date type releases, especially with the WB for the rest of this year, people are going to be start to become I'm trying to find the word, but they're going to be like, this is the way I want to view my movies from kind of going forward. I think there are a lot of people in that boat where they think that they feel that their theater at home is good enough for them, and they'd rather watch the movies at home. Especially, I suppose if you had a family, 4 or 5, and you're trying to, save money, that's probably the better way to go, because if you take 4 or 5 people out to the movies once a week, I mean, that gets pricey.
Yeah, and in Norway, the ticket prices are very high. So if I were supposed to bring me and my 2 kids to watch a children's movie, I'm sure it would be cheaper for me to buy just access on Disney Plus or watch something else. But of course, it's the whole experience of going out. You get popcorn, you go to a different place. It's just a way to make the day go by, because like as a family, watching movies at home is just like something you do anyways. So the theater experience has always been something where you go out and you experience something different. But with the prices getting so high, I can kind of been discouraged to go because it's so expensive. And even though you pay these high prices for tickets, you still have to sit there for half an hour watching commercials before you actually watch the fucking movie you paid to see. And that really annoys me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think you're being a little bit of a prude. Watching the commercials in front of a movie is part of the cost of admission.
See, I disagree with that. I think
totally disagree.
If I paid you money, now that's my time too. It's not just your time. Now, if it's trailers, I 100% agree. But actual television type commercials, if it's commercials for other products, not movies, then I have a problem with it. I'm like, wait a minute, no. I paid for a time from here to here, and that's it. I shouldn't have to sit through commercialized anything on my dime. Now, if it's your dime, okay, if I'm there 25 minutes before the movie, or if I'm there an hour before the movie starts, and you're going to show commercials for 45 minutes, okay.
Well, may I derail the entire conversation and say or ask, do you feel that film now is a commercialization of entertainment where you don't have a choice, but they are selling you on the next movie? If you imagine, Avengers Infinity War or Kong versus Godzilla, like, are we now being subjected to the entertainment or the anticipation of future entertainment?
I think the short answer to that is yes.
Great.
Especially with the franchisation of everybody. Most of these studios are looking for these franchises that they want to prolong for 9 or 10 films in a row. I think most of them would love to have the success that the MCU did, right? And basically that's how they did their advertised, for lack of a better term, their upcoming movies. They did it in their movies, or they did it as in tags or mid-credit scenes, right? So yes, on top of that, we're also getting product placement in our movies more than ever before. So you're getting advertised to even subliminally in entertainment way more than we ever used to, or at least that we ever noticed before. So going back to the commercials before the movies, I hate them. And I don't think I should be subjected to them because I'm paying to watch a movie, not your commercials.
It's kind of like if
it's different talking about trailers, because if you're just talking about movie trailers, I'm fine with. But sometimes we get 6 of those too, which is very long.
Two is enough. Two good trailers and no commercials. Yeah, but it's like if you want a carpenter to come over to your house and fix something, you don't want to pay him for 45 minutes to watch him shape.
No.
Right. And I don't want to pay money to see commercials, which I can watch on YouTube or like linear television when I'm going out to enjoy a movie. That's not a part of the experience. I agree.
And it never used to be part of the experience. There was always 2 or 3 movie trailers, hit the movie, you're out of there.
Yeah, I don't know how it is in the US, but in Norway, there's like half an hour of commercials, just like regular, like TV commercials. And also every cinema has kind of a show reel before where they sell ad space to like local businesses. That always also sucks. It's like, oh, great. Mm-hmm. Someone who can fix my windshield. Oh, great. I would never know how to find them because I don't have Google.
Right.
Oh, and I apologize for going to the chat before we go to the chat, but Gundel Wintelbaum says cinema should bring back the newsreels.
The newsreels?
And I want that today.
Right. Well, that's back when you didn't get your news every 5 seconds on your
Shut up and device. Get to the movie. And that's when Captain America busted a guy's head. Okay. Well, actually, that's when Captain America got his head busted.
So the Richard chimes in and said, "What's up, party people? What's up, the Richard? Thanks for your patronage today." Todd Michael comes back. I think he said it means if I don't get me Alan Scott, I'm not sure what he's trying to say.
Alan Scott is one of he's one of the Green Lanterns, I think.
Yeah, then maybe I can have some F Sharp Bell. My other favorite Green Lantern. Okay. Yeah. Well, we know I think for sure Alan Scott's going to be in this show, and Guy Gardner. So.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like black people.
Oh, of course. Let's say that on a live show more, Scotty, because that's going to really get us fans. Or we're trying to grow our
it's
channel.
a total joke, but
I know.
Jon Stewart is one of the best Green Lanterns. If you are a person who pays attention to the ethnicity of your favorite superhero, and you're like, no, I like this one because they're Caucasian, or I like this one because they're Asian, or I like this one because they're African American, or African. Like, get off the bus. Like, it doesn't matter. These people are heroes.
Oh, I agree.
They are based upon intergalactic or supernatural powers.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an issue with their ethnicity, I would very much like to find out why.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
they do the best that they can do to help everyone. And if you have an issue with their melanin or geographic birthplace, I'm like, I don't know why you're angry.
I don't think anybody's angry about it right now.
Well, to be fair, I don't like any hero that has a vagina because, quite frankly, they're pussies.
Of course. Of course.
Well,
I love the free for all.
In my world, I have to really look at my priorities, because my two favorite superheroes are Batman and Iron Man, and basically they're the same character. They're rich people who drink too much.
Right.
Fair enough.
So there's a thread there.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been such a big fan of She-Hulk. And I think that She-Hulk is a confident and knowledgeable character who can kick your ass, not only in a way where there is a alien invasion. Like, She-Hulk can kick your ass if you are an alien invader, but also she can logically kick your ass in a courtroom because Jennifer Walters is a good lawyer.
Are you looking forward to that show? I am, big time.
I am. Yes,
gonna
absolutely.
awesome.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm a huge Tatiana Maslany fan, anyways. I think she's she's a treasure.
Never ever in my life read anything She-Hulk or seen anything She-Hulk, but I'm totally down to watch it. Of course.
She's bitchin' hot.
Yeah.
And green.
And green. Gundle says Star Wars prequels are the bomb. They at least took chances, and they discussed the annoyance of sand. Yes, they do. It gets everywhere. Yes, it does. I agree. I like the prequels. I've never been a prequel hater. I don't think the movies are well made, and that's the fault of George Lucas, because he surrounded himself with people who wouldn't tell him no, or maybe you should do something different. But other than that, I love the prequels for the storytelling. It's my favorite era of storytelling in Star Wars. That and then the Old Republic.
This is a cool fact. The pod race in Phantom Menace, a lot of points, like plot points, and a lot of the excitement in the race is actually lifted from a Norwegian puppet movie from the 70s.
Is that right?
Yeah, and if you want to check that out, the movie is called, in English, it's called Pinched Cliff Grand Prix. And it's a puppet movie from the 70s, and there's this race at the end, and a lot of the plot points from the pod race is in that movie. So obviously George Lucas had seen that movie, and picked up a few things. That's just I'm just serving you random Norwegian facts.
Thank you. That's why I like having you on the show. Richard chimes back and says, I like the cinema aspect. Yeah, me too. I like the cinema aspect as well. I do prefer it. Richard follows up, love the commercials, just not too many. Yeah. As long as by commercials, I hope we're still talking about trailers and not like TV commercials. But Gundel says, "There's only one asshole in my home theater, my girlfriend." The theater's filled with assholes. You know what? I mean, depending on where you live, I can see that. There's several people that have really bad theater experiences. So far, I've been really good. I've been kind of lucky, and the fact that the theaters always have been around me, or the ones at least I choose to go to, I've had almost no problems. I think the biggest issue I had was one time there was a lady in front of me, a couple rows up, that just was not interested in the movie and started getting her phone out about 10 minutes into the movie. I mean, full on, didn't even try to dim everything. It just lit up the theater. And finally somebody one row behind her had to say something. But that's about it. Like, I guess when I was young, maybe, I had people like kick the back of my chair once or twice, but I mean, that's just kind of, back in the day, that's kind of just what you had to deal with. Now with the theaters have all these reclining chairs, and you're kind of distanced from most people. At least the rows are distanced in a way that people aren't like, hugging the back of your neck while you're sitting there watching a movie. So that has changed, at least here in our theaters.
Well, and also Gundel Wintelbaum. I would recommend that if you are having an issue with assholes, you should try and romance your lady while watching Spaceballs. And so when they say that they are surrounded by assholes, I think that's when you should try for the butt stuff.
There you go. The Richard follows and I said trailers, not commercials. That's what I thought. Yeah, yep. Trailers, not commercials.
Yeah, trailers are not commercials.
No. That's.
But trailers are Are trailers commercials?
They're pieces of they're
ads.
I mean,
they're ads, but I wouldn't call them a commercial because that's why we have the word trailer. We don't call a Mentos commercial a trailer because it's not trailing us somewhere. It's just putting Mentos in our mouth.
So we hit on Gundel's cinema should bring back newsreels. Yes. I don't know how they would
absolutely.
do that.
I want to hear more. I want to hear more about the news before I get into my movie. And also, I would like to beat up the guy who says, "Get to the movie." I want to be Steve Rogers.
Yeah, and
the Richard Eternal, says, and the Eternal from sponsors and product, whatever.
Onslaught from sponsors and product. Yeah, we get a lot of that.
Right.
So the Richard follows up with a laugh and says, "Some might want to watch him shave."
Yeah, the carpenter. Maybe. My imaginary carpenter.
Right. Yeah, that got weird real fast. No, I don't.
Well, no. Apparently, it gets even weirder. Gundel Wintelbaum says, "I want to have the carpenter shave me."
Yeah, you pay for it. He said, "Oh Jesus." Okay.
Well,
I'll shave you, Gundel. I'll shave you.
Well, Gundel, you can just go to a barber. That's kind of a carpenter for Barbary.
Yeah.
A Barbary?
A Barbary? Is that like a fuckery? No, that's got to be different, right? All right.
Oh my God.
Oh, what happened? We had a jump there.
The Richard says, "How are you gents today? Great to see you all. It is good to see you, Richard."
Yeah, he said the visuals at Gundel. Yeah, the visuals of the carpenter shaving him was.
Well, Steve, I know that you're a big fan of pedicures.
I
am. Have you ever been waxed?
Waxed? No. I'm assuming you're talking in the bikini area.
I don't care where it happens.
I have never been
above the bikini line, below the bikini line. It is none of my business. I'm just curious.
Oh wait, you know what? No, I take that back. I did have some eyebrow waxing once, and it was a fucking horrible experience.
Okay.
So I don't know how women go through that. No, thank you.
In regards to waxing, I just refer to the scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, I mean, the Kelly
Yes.
Clarkson scene, yeah, right. Yeah, like, no, thank you.
Motherfucker! Really funny
Richardson
scene, and
says,
I read that.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go on.
I
No,
was just
I read that all the reactions in that scene is authentic Steve Carell reactions because they really did wax and shave him. So all the scenes where he's like cursing and crying, that's the real stuff.
that, yeah, that didn't. None of that looked pretty, and I don't.
No.
I don't subscribe to any of that kind of nonsense. Thank you.
I subscribe.
I'm sure you do.
I
So
enjoy the waxing.
You
Get
do?
rid of the hair.
Man, I would if it didn't hurt so much, I probably would try it elsewhere. But
No pain, no gain.
I've heard that before, so you may be right. Maybe I'll revisit the waxing at some point in the future. The Richard says, "I like Deathlock because he is undead. He's an undead cyborg. I want a serious solo film series with the intensity it demands."
Well, and Deathlock is such a it's a very dour character.
Hey, remind me.
Are
who
you
is
guys
Deathlock?
familiar with Deathlock?
No, I don't think so.
I'm familiar with the name, but
Well, he's sort of okay. Imagine the Punisher, but the Punisher is brutally killed, and then he becomes RoboCop, and then he goes rogue. It's
So it's RoboCop.
it's like Deathlock is a very tragic character, and it's almost along the same lines as Cloak and Dagger, because Cloak and Dagger is a very tragic pair of characters,
right.
but no one knows, and pardon me. Thank you. These are tragic characters that no one really knows a whole bunch about, and to see them fulfill their destinies is like, it's great. Like to see Cloak and Dagger or
Is Deathlock DC?
no,
What's
Deathlock is a Marvel character.
Is it Marvel? Okay, okay.
Deathlock is a man who was a Marine, a Vietnam veteran, who was basically he was RoboCop,
Right.
and then he came back, and his wife essentially said, "You fugly."
Yeah. Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, but I'm still working for the good of humanity." And his wife was like, "Yeah, but you fugly."
I know I've seen the title, and I know if I'm not mistaken, some of the cover art on the runs are awesome. But I've never seen it. I've never read any of them.
He should have told her that he was fully functional.
In the butt. Gundel Wintelbaum says, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show, first Jewish Green Lantern, oy vey. And Gundel, I'm going to have to go in here and say, check your anti-Semitism. No, Jon Stewart, Jon, well, actually, that's how you spell Jon Stewart. So
yeah.
No, yes. So I suppose I have been incorrect, and yes, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show is a Green Lantern.
Why not? Richard says, I don't care for the pod race, though I like the game. A lot of people like the game. Yeah, a lot of people.
Oh, for me, the pod race is the best part of Phantom Menace. Close to the Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates is the best part.
Yeah.
Well, still, I have put that pod race on in my home cinema so many times because it's like a showcase of imagery and sound. So I've seen that scene far too many times.
The sound is amazing in that sequence.
The sound is amazing, of course, yes.
The Richard said, aside from the wooden dialogue and acting, yeah, I really liked it. Me too. And unfortunately, that's not even the actor's fault. That's the director's fault. The director didn't pull the actors in because I really think Lucas didn't give a damn. He just, he wanted to tell his stories, and he didn't really care whether the actors were, exuding, all of the.
But like in reality, is George Lucas a good director? Is he?
I think he can
I really
be.
don't think so. He can be. He has done great stuff, but is he a great director? Like
No.
from movie to movie, is he a great director? Is he someone with? No, he isn't.
No, and
He's gotten lucky. He's gotten lucky a few times. That's what he's got.
And I guarantee.
And he had a great vision. He had a great vision, but he isn't a great director.
Well, I think if you ask the actors that have worked for him, they'll say he's not an actor's director, right?
Yeah.
He's got a vision. He wants to shoot his movie, and I think they would say he's not an actor's director. I don't think he really cares to get, like I was going to say, to exude all the emotions and go through all of that. I would assume that in those particular films, there weren't take after take after take to get it right. I think it was probably, all right, get on stage, lights, camera, action. Okay, that's good enough. Let's get on to the next scene. That's just my feeling about it. Having watched the movie so many times, I'm like, it's a shame because I believe, like I said, that the storytelling in that era is some of the best storytelling, especially in the books too. But it is what it is. The Richard says, "How are you?" Oh yeah, we got that one too. Yeah, great. Yeah, we're doing good.
It is great to see you, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to take this one, Scott?
Yeah, Gundel Wintelbaum.
I just have to.
No, I just love it.
I have to tickle the Richard's fancy and just do a PGS.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Little commercial there. PGS Cup. Yeah. The Richard's gonna be pleased with that.
What the fuck is the PGS?
Ask Google.
No, you. I was trying to open it up. Would you explain
the post-geek singularity created by Robert Meyer Burnett? Yes, he has a channel. And Steve did a great guest star on the was it the Midnighter?
It was the Midnighter.
Yeah, the Richard Donner discussion. Yeah, great stuff.
I usually can't stay up late enough to do this because I'm an old man. But the Richard Donner thing kind of just hit me in a certain way, and I was like, you know what? I was actually going back and forth with Rob via text, and I just,
oh cool.
And I said, I'd love to talk to you about it, on the show sometime. He's like, well, come on my show tonight. Okay.
So can I read the next text from Gundel Whittlebaum because it seems directed at me. Lucas is a terrible director. He stole more than Tarantino. He even stole from our friendly Norwegian friends. And he says, "Faen ta deg."
Well, here's what I'll say. Go ahead.
It basically means let Satan take you, or loosely translated, fuck off. Or fuck you.
Okay. There's an old axiom in the art world, and it says, the best art is stolen art. And I mean, I can't call out Lucas any more than there's a ton of directors that do the same thing, and writers that do the same thing. Everybody cribs from everybody else, right? So I won't hold that against him, other than the fact that I think he's a bad director, at least in those 3 movies, because he didn't actually direct his cast and get the most out of them. I think that's the job of a director, is to get one of the main jobs of a director is to get the director to emote the emotions that you have either written or somebody has written down, and that capture the story. The story that you are trying to tell. And unfortunately, in those films, I didn't see it. It didn't. Obviously, that's what everybody says. Most people say the same kind of thing that I do. It's like, or like the Richard said earlier, it was wooden and the dialogue was a little weird, and the actors were a little wooden in their deliveries.
You just feel disconnected to to like what's happening. It's cool, but yeah.
Yeah.
The Richard says no more playing footsie with the back of someone's
head without consent.
Right.
I think we were talking about theaters being so close together.
Well, of course I've had it in the ear before.
Yeah.
And it's interesting in terms of do I think that Francis Ford Coppola is a better director than George Lucas? Yes. Do I care more about George Lucas's films than Francis Ford Coppola's films? Yes.
Yeah, that's close for me. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so the original trilogy is up there. But I'm also a huge Godfather fan, and those three movies to me are.
Whenever I bring up for Francis Ford Coppola, everyone brings up the Godfather, and the reason that I exalt or admire Francis Ford Coppola is because of Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't give two shits. I do not give two shits about the Godfather, but I do have a crazy admiration for Apocalypse Now.
I love the Apocalypse Now. In fact, just the fact that they actually were able to make the movie and put it out in theaters.
The Godfather is like watching a book.
Kind of.
No, certainly.
It's certainly one of the best, if not the best movie ever made.
It is the best cinematic book to watch. Yeah. Agreed.
I don't like reading books, but I do like watching The Godfather.
Yeah. The Richard says, trailers are a part of the package for me. Frat commercials for chiropractors and dentists. Yes, absolutely. I don't like them either. No commercials, but trailers are part of the package. So with my $12.50 or $15.50 or whatever the hell we pay nowadays, if you're going to show me trailers, I don't complain. I only complain about, like you said, the chiropractors and dentists.
Yeah, but like the trailers is something else, because sometimes people actually pay money to go into a movie just to watch an exclusive trailer being played in front of the movie. Like when the first trailer for Phantom Menace was going, a lot of people were like buying admittance to movies they didn't care watching just to watch the fucking trailer.
Yeah, watch the trailer and leave. That's absolutely correct. Richard says he's looking for his brain and soul or something. I think you're talking about Deathlock. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay. Soul can't recall. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's being held ransom from him. Oh, that sucks. Like somebody actually stole his soul and he has to and they're blackmailing him for it. That's cool. That's
Sounds
cool
like a thing. Sounds like a thing.
It's a super cool concept, Marvel. Thank you. Got there. Let's go to.
He is also slowly going insane. His human body is deteriorating. Of course.
Free plug, yeah. We plug the PGS and Robert Meyer Burnett network.
Who is this Robert Meyer Burnett that you keep talking about?
He's a cool guy. He makes Jewish tango movies.
Oh, no shalom.
No shalom.
Gundel Wintelbaum is Windle. I feel like I'm mispronouncing it.
Come on, Canada.
Lucas is an idea man. The British film crew crafted everything. Lucas sat around stealing ideas from French comics. Much like that James Cameron fella.
Mm-hmm.
Gundel returns with the Norwegian slur is directed towards Lucas, not you. So, hey.
I got that. I didn't think it was towards me. But let me ask though, Gundel Whittlebaum, are you Norwegian, or do you know Norwegian stuff since you knew how to said, "Let the devil take you"?
Gundel responds with Coppola's best movie was The Conversation. I still haven't seen The Conversation.
So The Conversation is an amazing
great movie.
It's
Great
a good
movie.
It's a good movie. I don't know if I would say it was his best movie, but it's up there. It's it's an Apocalypse Now, Godfather 2 level movie. Absolutely.
Sorry.
I have a really close relationship to Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. I think that is a really good movie, and
it is a good movie.
I like that
I'll
too.
never forget watching that movie the first time I saw it on VHS. Such an experience.
I actually like that movie too, but it gets crapped on a lot. I don't know why.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
You know what you get with Keanu.
If I could replace someone in a movie, I would replace him.
Him in that movie? Who'd you replace him with?
Oh God. Who?
But I don't.
At
but
that
I
time,
don't.
When did it come? When it come out? 1990.
Yeah, I don't know.
Five.
That sounds right.
No, it was like 1990. It was a
1992, I think.
That early?
92, my brain is telling me.
92, 91. Let's just say every 1990 year until it comes out.
92 is probably correct because it came out the same year as Predator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but the thing is that in Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola,
1992.
That film.
Good brain.
Harker was supposed to be a dullard. And so Keanu Reeves being a poor man's stupid victim to Dracula's ultimate ownership. I'm fine with it. I was always fine with it.
Yeah, I never had a problem with that movie.
I don't have a really big problem with Keanu, but it's before he really learned how to act, because he was always just being the same thing. He was just being Keanu Reeves. Today,
that's
he can
adorable. You think that Keanu Reeves learned to act?
Yes. I think he has evolved. He has evolved since 1992. Come on.
Yeah.
How?
Yes.
How? Explain it. How?
Explain it?
Yeah. How is he? How?
He's become less Keanu Reeves.
John Wick is not Bill and Ted.
No, you're right. You're right about that. It's not.
I'll put it as simply as that.
They stopped him talking and they turned him into an action star. It's not like Keanu Reeves became a great actor. It's everyone figured out how to make it to Keanu Reeves stopping talking.
It's the same thing as Shatner. Shatner is not a great actor, but he's still fun to watch.
I would argue.
You would argue. Well, I've read his.
Have you seen Star Trek 3?
I have seen Star Trek 3.
And that is representation of Shatner acting. That is a great actor. That is a great actor.
He's a great man. I don't know if he's a great actor.
He is a great actor. In my opinion, he is a great actor.
He's my idol, but he's not a great actor. Sorry.
Here's you want to take this next one? This one's kind of directed for you.
Gundel with a bound says, I'm not Norwegian, but I do relate a lot to Huldra. Huldra is Norwegian lore about this beautiful witch that lives in the swamps, and she will come out of the swamp and she will lure you in and drown the fuck out of you.
I can't wait to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
No, she would like you.
Yeah, she'll drown me. Todd Michael says Ted Theodore Logan is great in Dracula. Well, stream killer. Moving on.
I don't I don't mind him.
Well, no, but like, how hot is this woman who's gonna lure me to a swamp?
She's naked and she comes out of the swamp and she has like water dripping boobs, and then at the last moment you notice she has a tail, but then it's too late.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, can she sing?
Yeah, she lures you in with song. That's the whole thing.
You know what? I'm getting up there in years, and I am looking forward to one day having a hot woman kill me.
It's the way to go.
It is the way to go.
That took a turn.
Anyway, Gundel Wintelbaum says Johnny Depp was the original choice for Bram. No, Johnny Depp was supposed to play the Neo, Keanu Reeves. He was.
The role of Neo.
So would have been very interesting to see next to Winona Ryder. Well, it's also, and like the other day I watched Godfather 3, and Sofia Coppola's role as Mary Corleone was supposed to be played by Winona Ryder in that film. And that was something that never happened. And so it would be very interesting to have seen Johnny Depp play Jonathan Harker in the Dracula movie.
Yeah, I would have been down for that. That would have been pretty cool to see. Because Shatner is great at acting like a great actor.
He is a great actor.
Acting like a great actor.
I know you're being facetious, Gundel.
But he's not wrong. To me, Shatner is great at acting like a great thespian. I absolutely agree with that.
I hate you people.
I know. Todd Michael, I think I want to change my phone's message notification to Terje saying, "Klingon bastard." You got to do it. You're going to have to do it now.
Okay, we have to do it clean though, so we can record it. Well, I'll send the message to you.
Okay.
Well, I was saying a few moments ago the quote from Shatner.
I will give you
bastards. You're talking in my mouth again.
I will give you 2 minutes for you and your gallant crew.
Yes.
Say it.
You Klingon bastards killed my son.
That's pretty good.
With a little more intensity and a little bit more, you're gonna need more gravitas. Do it again.
I know. No, I'm not gonna do it again. My Optimus Prime is much stronger than my Shatner, but that's another story. Shatner's cool though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rehearse the line and send Todd Michael my best rendition of Klingon bastards. But I think he prefers it with like the Norwegian Viking accent, so it's like a Kirk Viking guy doing Klingon proverbs.
Norwegian swamp chicks are the best chicks. Okay. Apparently. The Richard says, I want to saying that. Yeah, I know. Well, you got it. You certainly got it.
All right. Well, we're coming up on the hour.
Would you guys want to you want to go a little longer? There's a couple of trailers and a couple more news items to get to.
Sure.
And we can engage in the chat.
I am here for the long haul. I will go when you want to end.
This trailer came out. It's called No Man of God. This dropped today. This is starring Elijah Wood and Luke Kirby. So let's get into that, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Do it.
You think you're smarter than him. You think you're going to be the one that's going to get him to confess.
Well, I don't think I'm smarter, sir. I don't think you necessarily have to be smarter.
This is what's going to happen. He will come down. He'll toy with you for a little while. Does your son know what you're doing?
He knows his daddy protects people.
He will cat and mouse with you. He will make you think you are getting somewhere.
Let's record him. Let's get this party started. It is February 13th, 1986. This is Agent Bill Hagmeyer. I'm sitting with Theodore.
No, Ted.
I'm sitting with Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy has 13 hours to live, and he is using those hours to try and buy himself more time.
He's ready to talk. He said he's ready to confess to everything, but only talk to one person. There are families out there looking for answers.
The world needs to know why he killed those girls.
You're some hotshot young upstart, and I'm your next big case. You're going to be the guy who broke me. There are a lot of myths and misunderstandings about me.
What are you going to tell me?
Everything.
What do you think he wants?
You and I will sit down and have the conversation you've wanted this whole time.
When you get too close to a guy like this, you could lose your way.
Do you think you could kill somebody?
I'm an FBI agent.
That's not what I'm saying.
You can't hold these girls hostage.
I'm not playing games.
How many did you kill?
Let's say 30.
Let's say we talk about the real number.
30 is a nice round number. You're getting inside my head.
I'm looking for understanding.
You think they should kill me, don't you? You think it's my time to die?
Frankly, they probably should have done it a long time ago.
I'm going to take you somewhere that I've never taken anyone before.
Wow.
I need a moment with Bill. He's my best friend.
Yeah, so not too crazy about Ted Bundy calling you his best friend, but I don't know about you guys, but that looked great. That movie looks pretty intense.
You got a friend in me.
Hmm.
Well,
I have met Luke Kirby twice. The
I was
first
thinking
time
you were going
the
to say
first
that you
time
met
I
Ted Bundy
met
twice.
the first time I met Luke Kirby, I said, "I think you're an incredible actor, but I don't like any of the movies that you're in." At that point, I had seen Mambo Italiano, where he plays a gay man who is attempting to come out to his Italian family. And then the second movie that I saw him in, I don't know, he was a gambler, I think. And but he is a Canadian, and so I had met him twice. He was a friend of my friend, and I said, "Dude, I love your performances, but I have never liked the movies that you've been in. Not a fan." And so I am looking forward to the third time that I meet Luke Kirby, and I'm being like, "Dude, your Ted Bundy looks great."
It does look great.
Isn't that kind of like telling someone you like pasta, but you don't like the way they cook?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You're a very rude man, Scott.
I am rude. I don't care.
The Richard says we need a TJ Hooker reunion. Okay.
Yes,
we were talking about TJ
do.
Hooker last free for all, right?
If you can
can
get Shatner, Locklear, and Zmed together, I would be there with my pants off.
Okay.
Adrian Smed was at the roast of William Shatner.
The Richard
Which
says
is
I actually have to go
awesome.
shortly. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. The Richard. Oh, I'm sold on this film. Yeah, totally.
Oh
Sold.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally gonna watch that. Yeah, that
didn't
looked
take
great.
me long. That looks great.
And Gundel Wintel. Oh my God, your last name is the worst.
Gundel Whittlebaum.
I went to
Whittlebaum.
school with Kirby. Yeah, no, I know, dude. You're from Guelph. Kirby's from Guelph. I get it. He's getting better over time. Bundy was a very frightening human. Of course he was. The intelligence of Hannibal Lecter with the looks of a daytime soap opera star. Yeah, I know. When it comes down to it, Gundel, I wish I had the balls to murder people. I would be a more successful individual in the annals of time if I could, I don't know, go out to the park, murder people. Also, this podcast does not advocate murdering people.
Ever.
I was going with a flow and it went down a bad dark path. So don't murder people.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of any gender, don't murder people.
as I try to pull and stretch and save this podcast from being completely off camera. Greta Gerwig. Oh, I'm getting this huge echo. What happens here? That's coming.
Scott isn't wearing any headphones.
Yeah.
I think it's Scott.
Greta Gerwig is to direct Barbie with Margot Robbie, filming to start 2022. Oscar-nominated filmmaker Greta Gerwig has officially signed on to direct Barbie, the highly anticipated screen take on the iconic Mattel Dolls story starring Margot Robbie. I don't know if it's highly anticipated. I think Variety went a little overboard there, but
yeah.
Greta Gerwig and Margot teaming for this Barbie movie, I mean, sounds like a good team up, I guess. I don't know. They go on to say Greta has been on board the Warner Brothers project since 2019, when the actor and filmmaker signed on to co-write the movie with Noah Baumbach. Okay, so her and Noah Baumbach are actually writing the film, and she's going to direct it. That actually makes me feel a little better.
Well, Noah Baumbach, that totally makes me feel a little bit better, but still, I don't think I'm going to watch a Barbie movie. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to masturbate furiously.
There's other things I'd rather masturbate to than
Margot Robbie? There's
Barbie
very few other
movie.
things I would like to masturbate to.
No, but there's not going to be any
has a good
X-ray
point.
stuff
Steve has
happening in
a
that
very
movie.
good point.
It's like, if they do it true to life, they should probably like mix Margot Robbie with a giraffe so she could have like the long legs that kind of look like they're going to break if you try to walk somewhere.
Oh, are you one of them? Are you saying that Barbie is an inappropriate representation of feminine beauty? Like, are you saying that you think that when little girls play with Barbie, they are looking at that as being the prettiest representation that they should aspire to?
Yes, just as I have done.
I think that's
Shut your mouth.
That's
I'm
bullshit.
Not finished. Just like me watching and playing with He-Man all my life and feeling like I failed.
Oh, boy.
No, but and I understand where you're coming from. But I never thought that I was going to be as cut or jacked as He-Man. Did you?
No.
So I don't think that there are little girls who are like, I never lived up to Barbie.
I don't care about the little girls.
Of course he didn't. It was plastic.
No, I just care about the proportions, and the proportions are out of whack because her legs are as long as her body. So that's just not right.
Fine. So what?
No, it's not fine. She can't walk on those. Those are stilts.
She does if you make an animated movie directed by Greta Gerwig.
She's handicapped. She needs a wheelchair. She can't walk on those stilts. Come on.
You know what, dude?
I don't care if she has boobs, long legs and ass. She's not a human person. She's a giraffe woman.
She is not. Batman is not a human person. Iron Man is not a human person.
Batman
Captain
has
America
legs.
is not a human person.
He has normal legs.
You are like that is the problem with human society currently. Is that if you are comparing yourself to fictional characters, then you have a problem with your noggin.
No,
I am never going to be Spider-Man. I am 43 years old. I am never going to be Batman. It's not going to happen.
Me neither.
I would love to be Black Panther, but you know what? I'm not black. So what are you going to do? You just aspire to the heroes that are presented to you, and it's supposed to be an aspiration of soul. It's
I agree.
not
and Barbie is not a hero.
Well, I'd fuck her.
She's a woman with very long legs.
Yes.
That's what she is.
I just think that if you are going to equate or try and aspire or make a fictional character a real person or a representation of a real person, I think that you have more problems than that entertainment can solve for you.
I am looking forward to seeing Margot Robbie with Lord of the Rings sized legs, just making her like twice as tall as she's in real life. That's gonna be cool.
We'll see. We'll see how I'm sure with Greta, Neil, and Margot all involved, this is going to be less like any kind of Barbie doll fantasy world. I think it's going to be a more down to earth
Totally.
representation. So that's probably
it's not going to be like the toys, of course.
Yeah.
I'm only jesting.
I know. I get you.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Do you guys find Greta Thunberg to be hot? Because quite frankly, I want to see her on a beach wearing a bikini. And
I'm not a massive fan of Greta.
Oh no, I want a Mauer box.
There you go. Moving on. Tomorrow War sequel in the works at Amazon and Skydance. The Tomorrow War is living to fight another day. The sci-fi time travel film starring Chris Pratt already has a sequel in the works. Hollywood
bullshit.
Burned.
Bullshit.
No, it's real shit.
It's real, but that's totally money talking, of course.
Yeah.
It's only revenue because that movie has nothing more to tell that's relevant.
No, and director Chris McKay is expected to return.
Yeah.
Along with much of the cast, obviously.
Like totally, I was entertained by that movie. If I shut my brain off, totally.
Yeah, it was a total popcorn munching movie.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because Scotty was saying, was saying earlier, they spent, him and I talked a little bit before the show about this, and they didn't explain the time travel or why or how. I mean, they spent literally 60 seconds in a short briefing, and okay, but where do you go? I mean, what do you do? I don't know. I guess it's just like any other time travel movie. They'll figure it out.
They never even explained why the fuck the people were transported 100 feet in the air and falling down skyscrapers.
Yeah, which also made
was that a regular thing, or was it
it's in one line of dialogue that says something about must have intercepted the stream or disrupted the stream. I'm like, I
didn't catch that.
So that's actually in there because I was like, wait a minute, what? This is retarded. This doesn't work.
We're not allowed. You can't say that.
I can say anything I damn well please. This is
as do show. I. But no, like the thing is, and it is becoming more obvious with every time travel movie that is released by Hollywood, is that the people who pretend to know how to work time travel, they keep writing time travel movies, but they have no idea how time travel works. What are you going to do, Jeff? I'm going to write a time travel movie. How is it? I don't know. I don't know how time travel works. Well, is Bruce Willis in it? Yeah. Well, then it's going to be a great movie, I suppose. Like, these people do not understand time travel. They don't know how to write the narrative around time travel. They don't know the rules of time travel. And every time they do it, it sucks. And so, Tomorrow War sucks. It sucks. Okay, so I have an army from the future, and it's going to come back from the future, and it's going to bring people to the future to fight aliens? No, that's dumb, and if we're allowed to use the word retarded, it is.
It is. Very retarded.
So everything about time travel... Oh, I'm foaming at the mouth.
Calm down, Cujo.
Like, everything about time travel movies currently is stupid because people who pretend to know how to write time travel don't know. And that goes for Discovery, that goes for Tomorrow War, that goes for fucking everything. Stop time travel movies because you don't know how, Hollywood. I don't care. You don't know how.
Give me an example of a good time travel movie, though.
Primer.
Well, Terminator 2, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 3. Or I would say Endgame is actually a good one. Avengers Endgame, I would say that's an actual good one. Primer certainly
is the best.
That's a hard science movie, though.
Yeah, but these are movies where they respected the narrative of what they were doing, and Primer is difficult for your average audience member to understand.
Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
It's a good time travel movie.
Peggy Sue Got Married is a good one.
I like Time After Time with
I love Time
yeah.
After Time.
H.G. Wells
Malcolm
chasing
McDowell
Jack the Ripper.
And what?
David Warner.
Oh, and Mary Steenburgen. Let's give Mary Steenburgen a little bit of credit here, bud.
Yeah, she kind of gets turned on by time travelers because it's not her first.
I would Burgeon Herstein.
The Richard says, thanks, Steve, Scott, Terje, and chat. Catch you later, bro. Thanks for being here, Rich, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
I've never heard of this Richard person, but fine. Gundel says some classic Scott quotes in this episode. Yeah, clip them. Make them your new ringtone. Little Women, more like get me a one beer, get sandwich. There are legit studies done in the 1980s about the impact of the Barbie on girls. It is legit upsetting. And I assume that it would be upsetting in terms of young girls idealizing Barbie as what they were supposed to look up to. But all I know is that I stole my sister's Barbies and made them make out with my G.I. Joes.
Yeah, because I think most of us did that.
Todd Michael is here. I changed my mind. I want
to yelling, she's handicapped as my notification alert.
Oh my God. Okay, well, your wish is my command.
Gundel is really concerned because he's like, wait, Scott isn't black. I am not. What's with all the moving on up reruns? Well, I enjoy African American.
Scott isn't black. He's Canadian, but he's what we like to call.
But I have soul. I have soul.
No, you're maple. You're kind of brown and gooey.
Fair enough. Yeah, that sounds proper. Todd Michael says David Warner can do no wrong, and I agree with Todd
I agree.
Michael.
I have never seen David Warner in a bad role. I have not.
Agreed. You want to take this one from Gundel there?
Sure, I will. 12 Monkeys works best with time travel. The story makes the time travel aspect essential and not a gimmick. I do like the movie 12 Monkeys. I actually prefer the TV show. Especially
I accept your apology.
Yeah. Have you seen the TV show?
Yeah, I have not seen the TV show, but I'm not a fan of the movie.
Awesome.
Terry Gilliam for me is really a hit and miss director because one of my favorite movies is Brazil.
Yeah, mine
Terry
too.
Gilliam's Brazil. But 12 Monkeys, it just doesn't get under my skin. I just find it irritating. No offense to anyone who likes it, because I know it's objectively it's a good movie. But I don't get it. I don't like it. No.
and that's fine because I'm kind of right there with you. It's not that I don't like the movie. I think the movie's fine. But I like I said, I prefer
it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I prefer the show. The TV show I thought was really good, really well done.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out though.
Yeah, I liked it. Scott is forgetting his favorite time travel, Back to the Future. Yeah, I think he said it. I think he got there.
Yeah,
Eventually
he got there.
Yeah. All right. So before we go, gentlemen, I do have one more trailer I'd like to play for everybody. This
Audio
is actually,
visual entertainment? Hang on
Yes.
a second. I got to go find Smokes. I'll be back in a flash.
Do that. While you do that, I'm going to play this.
No, but really, I'm going to take a moment. I got to go. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm going to be like 2 minutes. I got to pee.
All right. This is actually Jason Momoa's a Netflix movie. I had not heard about this, but like a lot of Netflix stuff, you hardly hear about it until like right before it drops.
Yeah. Suddenly it appears.
So a devastated husband, Jason Momoa, vows to bring justice to the people responsible for his wife's death, while protecting the only family he has left. His daughter, Isabella Mercer, plays his daughter. So we'll, let's go ahead and we'll just play this. Scotty can catch up when he returns. Sure. Well, I don't know about you gentlemen, but I'll chalk that up to one I will probably not see.
Yeah, not very interested in that one. No.
Yeah, sometimes I just question Momoa's picks. He seems to get himself involved in a lot of these kind of movies that are just kind of like, dude, why are we going there? But this has zero interest for me. First of all, I'm not a big, as you guys know, I'm not a big action movie guy. If it's just pure action, I'm just like, it depends. It has to be really good. It's gonna be something like The Raid.
The Raid is good. Yeah.
But if it's something, to me, this is kind of a hokey story. I don't know. And the daughter, I just, what's with the 13-year-old girl that's going to take on?
But I understand in terms of making a movie where you have stakes, and first of all, if they're a family member, that adds stakes. If they are a younger female, that adds stakes because you have to protect that younger female. And so I understand it. Well, I am so tired of the obvious stakes. It's like, protect it. And like every movie that they want as an action movie, and by they, I mean the blubbering, stupid people who are trying to take my money. Mm-hmm. It is people who are saying every movie should be what is it? When you an escort mission. Every movie should be an escort mission because we need a younger woman who needs to be carried by a bigger man. And I'm like, F all that noise. And even when they get to the point and like, there's a new movie with Karen Gillan, the Dynamite Milkshake or something like that.
Gunpowder Milkshake.
Yeah. And it's
great,
like, no. And that movie looks great, but it's the same formula.
Yeah, right.
I am bored of all of these movies. I am bored of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the
dialogue in the trailer there was pretty bad too.
Well, I want something that actually engages me, as like people are talking about inclusion and diversity and things and all, like, engage me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that I should be engaged. Actually engage me. And if you can't do that, then it's all horse pucky.
Horse pucky. What did you think?
I'm sick and tired of it.
I
am bored of Hollywood.
No, it doesn't seem very original. I do love revenge stories, but I prefer them to be more slow burners, like Harry Brown with Michael Caine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Totally awesome, and like of course the go-to movie with revenge, Old Boy.
Old Boy, right. And then, and Olivia Wilde did a great, she directed a great revenge movie.
Okay.
Revenge. And
Revenge. Oh,
yeah,
I've seen that one.
Absolutely should see it. It's an amazing film. I think that was her debut film? Directorial debut? Maybe not. Maybe he's Booksmart. Maybe she was just in the movie and she didn't direct that one, but it's a really good movie. But yeah, those are, I agree with you. I like the more slow burner, kind of less action-y.
Yeah, and
like
if
that.
you go into the action sphere, my favorite action revenge movie would have to be Tony Scott's Man on Fire.
Yeah, definitely. I wish you had more time. Tom Michael says suddenly it appears on Netflix, but not Lost in Space. But not Lost in Space season 3, which seems to be AOL. No doubt. I don't know what the holdup is with that, with them releasing that movie or that season, because apparently it's in the can. It's been shot, sitting there. Drop it already, Netflix. Anyways,
I would love a Spider-Man trailer. Hey, can you, Steve? I apologize can you drop the what if?
I can. You guys, if you guys can go through the
yeah, absolutely.
Let me see if I can grab it. You mean
I'll
the
go
trailer?
Let's see.
I don't have that.
Yeah,
I can go get it.
Where are you? How many of these guys?
We're on. Yeah.
How many windows do these guys fight through? Well, all of them, Gundel.
Yeah, Gundel Wilbaum is wondering how many windows they break, and of course, in any action movie, you break a lot of windows because you have to have glass, you have to have.
Well, you gotta break the windows.
Throwing.
You can't make an action window without breaking a few movies.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate yes.
That's a pity laugh.
I have been drinking since Tuesday. What do we got? Ooh, I am sold on this film, says the Richard. I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Oh, here. Here's what's next.
Todd Michael says Momoa's picks. A paycheck is a paycheck. Yeah, and absolutely. And you know what, Todd Michael, you bring up a very good point, is because I am starting to look at these actors as people that are
sorry about that.
Actors. Like they are people who are collecting paychecks. I do not consider them to be savants in any way, shape, or form. They are entertainers.
They act for a paycheck and everything. They don't act because they want to act.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes
they aren't semigods.
Right. No, I get it. But here's the thing about regular actors that act for a paycheck and then stars that are on track to become superstars. There's a certain tract that they usually go on or are put on by much smarter people in the business. And that's why you hire these high-profile people to make sure to look out for your interest and make sure you're getting the right projects at the right time, so you're hitting at the right time. And it just seems like some of Momoa's picks have been. He's been caught up in these. I don't know if they're just stuff that he picks out and says, he's passing on some of this other stuff so he can get in.
He's jumped ahead. He's jumped ahead to the place where you just accept because of money.
Yeah, and that may be that might just be where he's at. It's unfortunate.
But of course, it's like, everyone needs a paycheck. Come on, they do need it. But,
absolutely.
But look at Bruce Willis. Like, when was the last time you cared about Bruce Willis in a movie?
Marauders.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me.
Marauders? What the fuck is Marauders?
Marauders is a movie that is free for you to watch on YouTube. It stars Bruce Willis and Christopher Maloney, and it is great.
I like Christopher Nolan.
That is the last time that I saw Bruce Willis care about being in a movie.
Yeah. Cobra is the best movie, Grundle said.
And also, Gundam,
we all know it.
Cobra is, well, Cobra is, boring movies is a cancer, and Cobra is the cure.
Right. That's correct. Mork, have you met
Magnus Carlsen? I have not. He is a very famous chess player. I have not.
This next one's for you too.
Mork has a great English vocabulary than 99% of Canadians. No exaggeration. Well, thank you. That's a great compliment to me, and I appreciate it. Thing is, I learned speaking English by watching He-Man and Transformers when I was 5 years old, and that's just the way it was back then, before dubbing and shit ruined people's understanding of language. So I grew up with the internet, and I did chatting in my teens, kind of like I do now, but now it's live on YouTube. But I try. I have an accent in there. There's like a Nordic accent in there. But
you do great, dude. You do great. Most Canadians speak French, anyways. And what do they know?
I know little French.
What I do want to say is that just because we're shitting on actors taking a paycheck, Scotty and I are completely open to any podcast networks that want to pay us to do this for a living. I'm just saying.
Of course.
Just throwing it out there.
I have been tweeting Gerard Butler to be on the show since yesterday. And until I get a response one way or the other, we'll find out.
Right.
Can we do a Kickstarter? Can we do a Kickstarter to get Shatner on the program? Because I know that's all about money.
Shatner doesn't do podcasts or
he does.
No,
if there's enough viewers and enough money, he does.
I can't afford Shatner.
That's what
Black Phillip Alvarez says. Hola, amigos. Sorry I'm late. Had some errands to run. Glad I could make it. Yeah, I'm glad you could make it too, man.
Love you, buddy.
If you want to hop on for the last couple minutes, you're more than welcome.
No. Let's just wind this up. I'm bored. Let's go on to Phil's channel if we're gonna do anything.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's just get through these last couple chats and we'll call it a day then.
It's a terrible thing when you say that you're bored on your own show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. I've been trying to salvage this show since the beginning with no luck.
Me too.
You too, right? Todd Michael says, Magnus is the kind of name that makes my panties wet. Oh, really? Magnus, huh?
Yeah, because he's referring to Ultra Magnus.
Oh, that's why.
Todd Michael says, Mr. Alvarez.
The Black Phillip sort.
And Black Phillip says, why, hello, Mr. Todd Michael. No one understands my accent. You have an accent? I've never noticed.
Then I have to say, do you want to live deliciously?
I do want to live deliciously. Gundle Wintelbum says, I enjoyed the Death Wish. Oh, my stars. Have you guys seen the Death Wish remake?
I couldn't get through that pile of garbage. That movie is a pile of garbage, bro.
But you've seen it. Have you seen it?
I couldn't make it through the whole thing.
I've seen the whole thing.
I had to bounce out.
Paul Kersey as a surgeon. No, Bruce Willis, shaved head, angry man, white man, blah, 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 blah. No.
How? You know what? That was racist. Anyway, so he continues on. Oh, sorry, Steve, can you go back?
Yep.
Thank you. cannot hold a candle to the original, which I agree with. But I've rewatched it a few times and enjoyed it. And so, you know what, Gundle? I am,
it's awesome.
My dad loves all of the Death Wishes.
Mm-hmm. And like we always say here, just because we don't like something doesn't negate or take away from, or should never take away from your enjoyment of something.
Never.
And I also I have to apologize for Steve and Turjay for disliking white people. I am the only person who finds pleasure in Caucasians. And these other guys, they're all like, no, it's patriarchy. And so whatever, they're woke. I'm not.
That's exactly what we say.
That's what happens. I don't know what's going on.
Like Philip Alvarez says, LOL, save for my show tonight, guys. I'm like, yeah, we will. Gundle says, give Shatner a golden girdle? Or griddle? Yeah, okay. And he's all
mine?
All right.
Oh, my God. You know what? I don't know what it would be like to fillet a 90-year-old, but I would be happy to find out.
Holy moly. Yeah, let's get to the end of it. Take this one, Turjay, it's for you.
Well, Turjay, I am wearing my Black Phillip shirt today.
Awesome.
Good for you, Black Phillip.
All right, so before we go, do you want me to pull this What If trailer and watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that would be a great way to finish.
So I'm going to add this to the stream. I'm going to have to rewind it for a second. So bear with me. Here's the trailer for Marvel Studios' What If.
I'd be out of a job. Are you? Peace.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace. Do we know each other?
Time. Reality. It's changeable.
Where you want to be? That's the question, isn't it?
Every universe is different. Each one unique.
Howard the Duck up in there.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
Who are you?
The name's Captain Carter.
Fuck yes.
Scheiße.
I am the Watcher. I observe all that transpires here, but I do not, cannot, will not interfere. I guess I have to freestyle then.
Hey! We have you outnumbered.
A Ravager never flies solo.
Oh.
I said never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
You had me worried for a second.
Journey to face the unknown and ponder the question. What if?
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Right?
It's gonna be cool. Yeah.
And you know what? I enjoy anthology series when every episode is a different story. I like those stories. I was under the impression when Star Trek Discovery was going to happen that each of those seasons were going to be anthological. And it was going to be like, all right, we're going to do this one, and then we're going to move on to a different time, and we're going to move on to a different time. And so when something like What If shows up, I'm like, yeah, I want that.
So here's a question. Do you think there'll be some kind of thread, MacGuffin or something like that goes through each of these What If episodes? And
No.
And it wraps up at the end, or it's just they're going to be completely standalone?
I hope not.
Every episode is going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm. That's I'm into that. That sounds cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great. It starts August 11th, so we will definitely be talking about the What If episodes when they drop on our show. So come back for more of that. Let's finish up these. Let's finish up these chats and get the hell out of here today.
And by finish up these chats, I would prefer to say, hey, let's engage in these chats because, quite frankly, thank you for watching. Thank you for
very
engaging.
much. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
The only thing that we should actually be angry about or trying to get rid of is Terje.
Of course. You want to read this one?
Terje.
Me,
Terje.
sure. Todd Michael Janoszewski says, I'm sorry, I just find this cel-shaded CG animation unwatchable unless they adapt What If Aunt May becomes a herald of Galactus. I'll pass.
Okay,
Well, and
that's a bummer, but yeah, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
But Todd Michael makes a good point, and I have heard a lot of complaints in terms of the animation. But I don't have a problem with it. But if you do have a problem with the animation, sorry. Like I understand, I understand your hesitance, but it looks fine to me.
Guddle says, so it's the MCU shoved into a randomizer.
Correct.
Yeah, that's exactly
kind of.
Pretty much. Black Phillip Alvarez says, that looks dope, but they can't. But they couldn't get RDJ. Yeah, I know they couldn't. For some, I don't know why they couldn't get him. Yeah.
But
RDJ,
was it RDJ? I thought it was. Like
no, I think he's the only one that didn't. Right? That didn't come back for this.
But are you sure?
I'm not 100% no. I'll take Phil's word for it though.
RDJ did the Iron Man video game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure he likes getting paid. So I am not 100% sure whether or not Robert Downey Jr. did the voice of Iron Man or Tony Stark in What If. But I thought he did. I remember like ages ago where someone said it was like, and they got Robert Downey Jr. And I was like, whatevs.
Well,
And if they got him, but it doesn't sound like him.
There's this newfangled gadget called Google. I think you can actually put in questions and it'll give you answers.
I don't know what the internet is, and I only ask Jeeves.
No, you should only ask Jeeves. Apparently, he's the only one that knows the answers. The animation is cheap because the actors are expensive as fuck. Well, that might be the case. But we're still talking about Disney and Marvel, which could put the money in if they wanted to.
I've had sex with both Disney and Marvel.
Okay. Todd Michael says, I don't think that sounded like RDJ in the trailer. I didn't think so either. Scott makes me laugh all the time though. As long as the story is good, I'm okay with the animation. But they each his own. Black Phillip.
I like the animation. I think the animation looks good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I like it. I think it looks good.
We'll see how the episodes go. Now, what would really have been cool if they made each episode a different animation style, since it is an anthology. That would have been cool, but that's just me.
Yeah, like
hey, have you ever seen Love, Death, and Robots?
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my watch list, both seasons.
Okay, so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I would absolutely, and this is going for the entire Fantasmagorium community. If you have an opportunity and you have Netflix, watch Zima Blue. Zima Blue is the best animated thing that you will ever see, and it will reinvigorate your faith in animation.
Wow.
Cool.
Awesome. At Steve, agree on the per episode style change. Yeah, I wish they'd do that. Just because not only are we talking about different characters, it's got, obviously each episode's going to be a different set of characters. So that lends itself, I think, in my opinion, at least, it lends itself to changing up the animation style for each one. That would have been really cool, in my opinion. But it is what it is, and I know they probably are on some budgetary constraints, especially because they do have basically movie stars doing voiceovers. But yeah, that would have been a good idea. That doesn't look like that's what we're getting. Anyways, fellas, shall we? I think
is it
done.
over?
I think so. We're at an hour 47, which is a good clip for a Friday free for all with three of us.
But I was just getting started.
I know. We had an amazing engagement from the chat today, and I want to thank everybody who chatted.
Good chat.
Good chat. It was vigorous debates and lots of questions and comments, and we love that. Let's see. In fact, they're still coming in, so let's take those real quick. Star Wars Visions will be good to see if the different anime style works. That's right. So Visions is doing that with their Star Wars show coming up.
Star Wars is for dumbs.
Shut up.
All right.
So long, nerds. So long, dude. All right.
Thank you, Gundel. Thank you so much. Thank you, Todd Michael. Thank you so much. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Richard.
Oh, my stars, the Richard. I almost forgot because he is an omnipresent. Oh, I love you.
Yeah. So
everybody who watches this show makes me happy, and having this show happen makes me happy. Mr. Tiberius Monk.
Monk. You always like to call me Monk, but it's fine.
I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and contributing, Steve. It is a pleasure to have you back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm so happy that you got back from Isla Nublar.
Yeah,
I'm so happy. Did you get eaten by dinosaurs? Clearly not.
No, it was hard to make it through those 2 days, but I found my way back.
But you're back.
I am. Black Phillip Alvarez sends the last super chat, the last chat we're going to take today. See y'all later tonight on my Loki review show.
Are we doing that?
It sounds like we're doing that.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to have to talk about Loki again.
I have to go to bed, but that's the shame of time zones.
I will join you in bed, and I will be the small spoon.
What's great about what's great about shows like ours is they're always recorded, so you can always watch them the day after or at your leisure. But I think that's going to do it for us today. So for Terje, for Scott, and for myself, Steve Foley, thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.